Uh, a very good evening to all who are participating in today's gathering, a memorial to our dear departed friends. At the very outset, with a very heavy heart, I am conveying to the ones who may not know, most of you know by now, the terrible, terrible news of our Baba Rashid Kidwai passing away a little while back. Uh, I no doubt see that everyone I am in no doubt that everyone will join me in conveying our heartfelt condolences to Naina and the family. Even while sitting in hospital, Baba was in the usual jovial mood, and it's incredible he was sending jokes. He's one person I know who would have liked us to, in the same spirit, celebrate his life. I'm glad that Bobby has been able to locate and locate Bijon Day in Shillong, who's a very close friend of Rashid's. And Bijon will be saying a few words on Rashid just after Dr. Yaqub Qureshi has finished with his piece on Chiku Siddharth. Um, I won't take too long at this stage. Before I invite Dr. Yaqub Qureshi and Kabir Bedi to give their welcome words, just a few housekeeping points. Apart from the, well, then nine speakers, now 10, and three singer friends, request everyone please mute your audio and keep your video off to the extent possible, just to have a more improved bandwidth. For people who would like to, participants who would like to say a few words on our departed friends, we have got these two slots of open houses. One is from 7:50 to 8:20, and the other from 8:36 to 8:54, where they can say a few words. For them, I request that they should either raise their hand, so click on the button for raising the hand, or uh, put in a request on the chat box, and we will definitely ask them to come live and say a few words. Please do restrict those words to one, maximum 2 minutes. Uh, with those few starting words, I now invite Yaqub Qureshi and Kabir Bedi to start this program with their welcome address.
Good evening, friends. On behalf of the SKT group, I, alongside my classmate and friend Kabir Bedi, welcome you to this event, organized to remember and commemorate the lives of 8 of our members who left us prematurely for greener pastures. All institutions have some kind of bonding, but Estefania is a bond which has no parallel. Good humor, cheer, and bonhomie have been the hallmarks of the group. There have been just rare occasions when someone has taken offense to some irksome remarks of a fellow member. The monthly lunch of the Stephanians has been another feature of this camaraderie. This event has been so popular that there is a waiting list of 2 years of the hosts. The premature departure of our dear colleagues has indeed been a big blow to all of us. Each one of them had contributed a great deal to the vibrancy of the group. They have left a void that will be difficult to fill. Friends, my long experience has taught me when to stop. You must be waiting to hear our iconic friend Kabir, who has recently joined the group. I end with a word of thanks for Raman and Bobby, the prime movers of both the WhatsApp and lunch groups, and young Dipen, our one-man army. Thank you. Over to you, Kabir.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can, Kabir.
Right. Thank you very much, SYQ Bhaijan, even though everyone calls you Yaqub Bhaijan. You were a wonderful classmate of mine, and I have cherished our relationship over the years, and you have been a very special person in my life. So it's a special honor to be not only asked to speak to such a distinguished group of fellow Stephanians, but also to follow on from you. This is supposed to be mourning as well as a celebration of life. I had some light-hearted things I wanted to share, but I think with the recent deaths, the mood has changed to be a little more somber, and I don't think that would be in place right now. I will share those thoughts with you when I speak to you the next time. But it's wonderful that all of us have congregated here in a spirit of camaraderie, in a spirit of togetherness, in sharing the loss of our fellow Stephanians and friends. Among those who passed away, the one who I was closest to was Chiku Sriram. In college, he was known as Chiku Charitram. Then he became Siddharth Sriram. But that's another story. I treasured him as a friend. I kept in touch with him, met him, in fact, 3 years ago at his house. And last 3 weeks ago, I got a message from his hospital bed telling me he was sending me his greetings and congratulations on the launch of my book. So losing friends like that is always very moving, very saddening. And the fact of the matter is that all of us in this pandemic have experienced a sense of loss, losing somebody important, somebody close, somebody near, somebody dear. And these are things that we feel deeply. I think a sense of loss has become the new normal in this time of pandemic. And I think love has many meanings, but loss has only one, which is grief. And we must grieve. There's a time and place for grief. There's a time and place for mourning. And we must give it that space because it is important to feel that. But beyond that, we have to find ways to cope because there are families to raise, jobs to do, dreams to fulfill. And we have to learn to rise above the sorrow that we feel, rise above that adversity, because let's remember, the dead will not forgive those who forget to live life to the fullest. And therefore, the strength that we have, we must give to others as they gave to us. Our lives are but gleams of life between two eternities. And even in our sadness, we must learn to give strength to others. So I'd like to close with the words of Wordsworth in his intimations of immortality in reverence to those who passed. Though the radiance that once burned so bright be now forever taken from our sight, though nothing can bring back the hour of splendor in the grass, glory in the flower, we will weep not, but rather take strength in what remains behind. That is what we owe them, and that is their legacy to us. Over to you, Raman.
Thank you, Kabir. Very well spoken. And Yaqub, right? And I just wanted to wait a little while so that we could get a few more people on board. Before we start the rest of the program, I would request everyone to join me to observe a 1 minute silence in the memory of our friend, dear friend, Baba Rashid Kidwai.
Sorry to come in here, but so I think people are facing issue in joining in. There's a limit of 100, which apparently is.
No, so Dipen, give me a minute. I'll just sort that out. Just,
thank you.
just tell people to wait. I'll just sort it out.
Yeah, okay. So
while observing 1 minute silence, can we all stand wherever we are?
yeah,
Yes, we can.
we can start. Yeah. Okay. We will start now. Okay. We will commence the proceedings of this evening now, the next stage. That is, will be 8 of us now. There were 7, 8 of us who will be saying a few words for our departed friends. I'll start with Vinod Kumar Malhotra, Vicky to all of us. His wife Nisha is also on the line, and I hope Rahul and Gauri children are also on the line with their families. And that's Vicky. This picture actually typifies him. And how does one describe this 1970 batch UP IAS cadre officer and a very good friend? I think the best way to start for me would be to describe how a lot of people have remembered him, which includes me, and that clearly manifests the kind of person Vicky was. A very warm, a very decent, happy soul, a lovely, fine human being, a very caring, loving husband and father to his children, a mentor to many, including myself, through the period of our friendship, and for others through the period of their careers. I have found Vicky always very, very helpful. He used to help without thinking. You just had to tell him. If he did not have the wherewithal, the means to try and help you directly, he would not say, भाई मैं जानता नहीं हूँ अब इसमें क्या करूँ या इसमें मैं इन चीज़ों में मैं दखल नहीं देता हूँ. It was always, okay, let me think about who can probably provide help on this matter. That was Vicky. We all miss his quiet, subtle humor, his ever twinkling eyes whenever there was a naughty joke, particularly coming into his mind, which was always also accompanied by a warm smile. He was very, very quick witted, always remained jovial, affable, avuncular. Um, he had this unfailing sense of understanding and had a very understated humor. There's a bit of noise at the background. If you can please.
I think you have muted yourself, Mr. Raman.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Raman.
Raman, you have to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
on mute.
Okay.
Now it's okay.
Okay. So I'll just repeat in case I was saying that he has an unfailing sense of understated humor and was a veritable mine in terms of jokes and very good quality jokes. I have never ever heard Vicky repeat a joke. I don't know whether others have found, but I have never heard him repeat. In all this, he was always very restrained and inoffensive, whether even if he was taking a dig at your ribs. In terms of men and matters, a very balanced and rational assessment was one of his fortes. Vicky was a person who was free from partisan malice and exaggeration of any kind whatsoever. He was a great golf fan. We had a four-ball, Ajay Prasad, also Stephanian, Admiral Suresh Mehta, Faggy Mehta, and we played a lot of golf together, and we traversed across just in NCR, Delhi, over 19 golf courses. And our usual games were over the weekends as well as the working day on a Monday. Vicky always used to carry in his official car, in the boot, his golf set and shoes. And if I ever got a call for a fourth game of golf in a week, it was always with the start, "Aaj ho jaye partner," ya "Kal ho jaye partner." That was Vicky. Vicky, I will treasure your memory as a friend, as an emollient for my bereavement those days. He always was there at the side. He was a person who touched all he knew with a great amount of affinity. Vicky, your life and friendship was a blessing. Your memory to me was a treasure. You will be missed beyond measure. I will think of you. I will talk about you. You will never be forgotten. All the best, Vicky, wherever you are. I would now request Jyoti Sagar to speak about, say a few words on Rahul Khulla, our departed friend.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Jyoti.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah. Well, it's my really honor and privilege to be asked to say a few words about my dear friend and classmate Rahul. He was an exceptional human being, and in this very limited time I have, I can just barely say a few words about his sterling qualities as a human being. Intellectual brilliance, I mean, that we all know. From first day, first year, he was the shining star of my class. And some of us who pretended to compete with him, we gave up soon enough. And that light in that room in Rudra North burned bright late into the night. His brilliance
Jyoti, you're muted.
You're muted.
got muted for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, so getting back, I mean, I think that his work ethic and his brilliance just made him unbeatable. Giving and generous, he did not hoard his knowledge and wisdom. He liberally shared. And for us, his classmates, Rahul was the tutor of last resort, supplier of superlative notes, and solver of problems. He was bold, blunt, and courageous, a straight shooter. It was often said that, were he a bit diplomatic and genteel, his career in the bureaucracy would have probably taken a different trajectory. But he left diplomacy to Dinky. With Rahul, you got what it was. He did not suffer fools. And gosh, what an indomitable spirit. He was weighed down by serious medical problems that he faced for over 3 decades. Similarly placed human beings, would not have found strength to drag themselves out of the bed every morning. But he did that. He gave his best day after day in service of our country. And he lived by values and for a higher purpose, never compromised. Integrity, higher purpose, honesty, simplicity, and service. I asked him once, I said, Rahul, how do you go about taking a decision? And his response was simple and straightforward as always. He said 2 things. First, what I am going to do, is it in the interest of the country? Second, am I personally comfortable with what I'm going to do? And, he made a difference wherever he was. He took office of chairman of TRAI, I recall, because I had some things to do with him at that stage. In the wake of cancellation of all those 2G licenses, the industry was in a turmoil. And the TRI's recommendations and consultation papers under his stewardship, gosh, they changed the landscape forever. And after he retired, he was inundated with hugely lucrative opportunities, board memberships and consulting and so on. But what did my friend do? He became a school teacher, and that too pro bono, and teaching his favorite subjects of economics and maths to classes 10 to 12 in a school. Gosh, those were surely some very lucky kids. And Rahul, a devoted family man, a loving husband, and a doting father. And I speak for my class of economics 1972. And I can say on behalf of each one of us that we will miss him dearly, and we will miss his annual Christmas dues dearly. Last Sunday, I read at the memorial service at the college chapel Rabindranath Tagore's poem, Farewell, My Friends. This evening, I closed by reading a stanza from that poem, and I can visualize my dear friend Rahul with his impish, wicked grin, looking down at us as we celebrate his life. No, shed no tears, for I need them not. All I need is your smile. If you feel sad, do think of me, for that's what I will like. When you live in the hearts of those you love, remember them. You never die. Rahul, my friend, you will not be forgotten. Over to you, Raman.
Thank you, Jyoti. Said from the heart. I would now request Amitabh Tony Mathur, a cop on a cop, our departed friend, dear Shafi Alam, also a very dear friend.
Thank you, Raman. At the outset, I join everybody in offering our condolences to families of all the Stephanians who we are remembering today, paying tributes to them, and pray that their souls rest in peace. There is little that I can perhaps add to your memories of our dear departed Shafi Alam. Many of you have known him as long as I have, some even longer. My association with Shafi began in 1972 when I joined college. He was already in his third year. He ragged me, but somehow our association became more intimate as we joined the police together in 1977 and trained together in Hyderabad for 1 year. And then again, the last 15 years, we were both in Delhi. So that enabled me to meet him more often than most. You will agree that Shafi embodied all the qualities of Stephania: a cultured, cosmopolitan outlook, eclectic tastes, a strong sense of what is right and what is not. Shafi was a man of elegant taste, elegant in speech, elegant in attire, sharp wit. In fact, I never saw him dressed slovenly or stuffily overdressed. He had a subtle sense of humor, and that made his presence very cheerful. Some thoughts come to mind that would give you an idea of Shafi beyond what you normally saw him. Those of you from the All India Service would remember we have something called Bharat Darshan that we do in our probationary days. At a review in the Police Academy on our trips, Shafi, who spoke as team leader, said something that has been imprinted in my memory. He said, according to the Prophet, you judge people's character when in adversity or when you travel with them. In a very subtle way, he had made a very telling point. This forthrightness was characteristic of him in his illustrious career as a policeman, often got him into trouble, but never deterred him from expressing his opinion. He had a strong sense of fair play. His liberal mind was quite disturbed at the direction our polity has taken of late. We were both part of a group of 10, 11 retired IPS officers who published a letter condemning Delhi police for what we considered a partisan role in the riots in Delhi last year. So I remember Shafi for his courage of conviction and the great ability to differ from others in a forthright manner, but not giving offense. I remember him for his charming ways. He was a ladies' man. We ribbed him for his imagined and real conquests, and he took it all with a smile. He was a sportsman and a sporting personality, a keen golfer, but being a gentleman, conceded his wife Rana was the better player. Terrific collection of linen shirts and trousers, Harris tweeds, very elegant. Not a dandy, but carried himself with great dignity. Lastly, I salute Shafi for his immense dignity. He bore his illness quietly, not letting even close friends know how much he was suffering. A very devoted family man. Our heart goes out to Rana and his two sons, Kashif and Adil. We shall miss him. He was truly an officer and a gentleman. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Very well put, Tony. He was in immense pain, our friend. His son also told me, but he never let any of us know generally how much he was going through. Satyashil, I says to some, this was a very natural choice to say a few words on his good friend Jagdish Khattar.
I must first condole the death of a very good friend today, Rashid Baba, when I begin. And before I speak of Mr. Khattar, because he's a great buddy, a good friend, and a part of my Brij Quorum every Sunday. And because of him, this COVID days passed off rather well. Move on, my friend, and be in a better place than this world is. Talking of Mr. Khattar, there are 3 anecdotes I'd like to reveal today, because he wouldn't have let me speak about them earlier. The first was in 98, when Bhurelal Committee was formed. In the first few days before they had to give their first set of recommendations, there was a hot debate in that committee. Anil Agarwal, the then chairman of Centre for Science and Environment, was pitching for ban on diesel vehicles. And Maruti had no diesel cars, and the spat between government and Suzuki was at its peak, and they had no new models. So in a meeting, I recall, Anil made a very strong pitch for banning all diesel vehicle sales in Delhi. Kiran Dhingra had, in her usual competent manner, given an affidavit to Supreme Court, which had set this committee rolling. So when Mr. Bhurelal asked Mr. Khattar, what is your view? He said, I disagree with Anil. Because the government of India only in 1991 had opened up the policy, and a lot of people have made investments from overseas. It would be unbecoming of us as a nation if today we start banning the sale of diesel vehicles in a city. Anil Agarwal said in a jocular manner, but Mr. Khattar, that would improve the profitability of Maruti because Maruti would be able to sell more cars. To which Mr. Khattar, in his mischievous manner, said, Anil, I'd rather the country had better reputation than my company sold a few more cars. And then he looked at me and winked. That was Mr. Khattar. So therefore, always the nation's interest first, not his own companies. So what people don't know also about him is that when he became the director technical of Maruti, he was supposed to be the managing director, but the job went to somebody else. One morning he called me up and says, "So rahe ho?" I said, "Nahi, jaga hu." To kehte, "Ghar pe ho?" I said, "Haan." So he said, "Main 10 minutes mein aa raha hu." He arrived here 10 minutes later on his way to the office or to the factory. Till that time, every year, Maruti's vendors were given an increase in procurement equal to the inflation of that year, which meant that every year the components became more expensive and hence the car input cost became more expensive. So he turns around and says, SS, as a marketing guy, people were complaining our service cost is going up. This is the reason for our service cost going up. To cut the story short, over the next 4 months, Mr. Khattar worked out the profitability and the cost of each of his vendors and brought down the prices between 13 to 35%, with the additional promise that every year the prices would come down as the economies would go up. He reduced the number of vendors. As a result, 3 things happened. A, those savings were passed on to the customer, and the repair bill of the customer became much lower than earlier. Number 2, Maruti became profitable. And number 3, what is not noticed so far is that with that competitiveness in the vendors, India became a component hub for Asia for cheap components. In 2004-05, I was having lunch with a director of Toyota in Tokyo. So I asked him, what is your opinion about India? He said, the only thing we don't understand is we are leaders of lower cost servicing across the world. But in India, we can't touch Maruti for some reason. And that's the reason why Maruti has over 50% market share even today. Third story, quick one. Mr. Khattar invested his life saving in Carnation. To back him, Aziz ji, Premji invested 10 times that amount. Private investors invested in his belief. Mr. Khattar set up 110 workshops, multi-car workshops across India. It's then that all the car manufacturers threatened by his project formed a cartel and stopped supplying components. 110 workshops and no components to get. So Carnation went to Competition Commission, took them 15, 18 months, and all the 14 car manufacturers were cumulatively fined 2,500 crores for restrictive trade practice. They filed an appeal in appellate court, and that appeal is still hanging fire there. The reason why Carnation went down was it was a great idea, but he was ousted of the market by the very people or the same industry that he had built. And that destroyed him. Today, 2 such people, Go Mechanic and somebody else, their current valuation is clearly over $500 million. So therefore, Carnation, had they got the spare parts, they would not only have survived, but they would have been the market leader. He was a little ahead of his times. Last thing, a small incident, which would make us all proud. When the tornado of the CBI raid hit Mr. Khattar, he was totally nonplussed. Suddenly he found all communication lines in his life had broken down because of the tornado. He felt lonely. He felt saddened, and he wondered why this had hit him. It is then that a friend of his and mine called me up and said, SS, ये जो खट्टर साहब के साथ हुआ है बहुत बुरा हुआ यार, इसका कुछ करना चाहिए. Or how can I help? That man, who's a part of this group, not only got him a CBI lawyer, but also ensured that he got him the lawyer at half the cost. That guy, who's a part of our Stephanian fraternity and so much represents us, is none else than Amitabh Kant. Thank you, Amitabh, for being who you are. We are all proud of you for the way you stood by Mr. Khattar. Thank you all.
You are on mute, Mr. Raman.
I said we are running a little behind now, so we'll need to make up. Over to you, Gautam Nair, to speak on Vinay Sheel, Muli to a lot of us, Oberoi.
Thank you, Raman. This takes me back to February 2017. I was roasting him in a talk on his 60th birthday with typically college humor. Little did I realize then that only a few years later, I would again be in front of a college crowd, but this time speaking in memory of one of my oldest and dearest friends, Vinay Sheel Muli Oberoi. Muli traversed the reasonably well-known high achiever academic path, Boone School, Eco Honors in Stephens between 73 and 76, MA and D School of Economics before qualifying for the IAS. In college, he distinguished himself in 3 activities: theater, especially the Dramatic Society, where he would focus behind the lights and chuckle at the wannabe Kabir Bedis amongst us make an ass of ourselves on stage. Humor, desperately and painfully for his friends, he tried to elevate the lowest form of humor, the pun, in which he specialized. And it rubbed off. If many of my friends today are fed up of my valiant attempts at being a pundit of humor, it's Muli who must take the blame. And finally, with his bevy of aunties, as Muli called his lady friends, mostly a few years senior to him, mainly from Lady Shriram College, where Muli would spend so much time that they almost gave him honorary admission. The 2 great loves of Muli's life followed in quick succession after D School. He got posted to the Assam cadre in 1979, and he wooed and married Nandini in 1980. Muli was at heart an artist and by profession a bureaucrat. Very well-read, eclectic tastes and interests, hugely considerate to all around him, and just no airs about him at all. Some 25 years back, he and another college buddy, Sanju Kak, made a lovely film, In the Forest Hangs a Bridge, about the Adi community in Arunachal, who organized themselves to build a traditional cane bridge across the river. And his love affair with the Northeast carried on throughout the service, and his incredible photographs will endure much beyond our lives. So many of us on this call today have been woken at the crack of dawn by the incessant pinging of our phones, receiving Muli's curated masterpieces, all conveying his aesthetic sensibilities, his mastery of the craft, and above all, his deep love for the Northeast and their people. He died on April 11, 2020, from complications resulting from liver transplant surgery. His very brave daughter, Naira, was the donor. A consolation for his family and his closest friends from college was that we could spend quality time with him over many nights in the hospital before the surgery. Over 800 people from different parts of the world joined the virtual prayer ceremony to pay homage to this incredible man who had touched so many lives. During his posting as India's permanent representative to UNESCO in Paris, he played a stellar role in getting the 7 hill forts of Rajasthan, Rani Ki Bav, the city of Ahmedabad, the Western Ghats, and later, after his retirement, the walled city of Jaipur, approved and included in the coveted list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. His first book, The Incredible Treasures, which document the UNESCO World Heritage Sites of India, was released only last week. His next book, and a labor of love for many years on the Monpas tribe of Arunachal, was finished by him on the hospital bed and has been painstakingly edited by Nandini and his 2 girls, Nayantara and Naira, and is scheduled for release in July. Raman, Bobby, thank you for organizing this remembrance. Muli epitomized the spirit of Stephania in every way.
Thank you, Gautam. That's very well put about Muli. Thank you. Over to C.K. Mishra, C.K. on Suresh Gupta. C.K. You have to unmute yourself.
Thanks, Raman. We're all here to remember and celebrate friends we've lost. This huge sense of loss is so overwhelming that one really doesn't know how to put it across. Suresh Gupta's passing away left all of us stunned. Just one day before he was shifted to the ICU, and based on the feedback of the doctor who was attending, we were sure that he would fight back and be with us as usual at the next college lunch. But very sadly, that was not to be. I think we need to celebrate memories of the man who no one has seen without a smile. Honestly, things were not the best for Suresh Bhai over the last couple of years, but that neither changed his smile nor reduced his warmth. He was a complete Yaron Ka Yaar. Live wire, whether it was at lunches, senior dinners, or anywhere. Very few knew that he was a self-made entrepreneur and a successful one at that. He was a dreamer and very popular. His son tells me that his popularity ran across modern school, St. Stephen's College, and FMS. Everywhere, he was a very popular son. One of the great things that Suresh Bhai about him is that his ability to forge long-term friendships and relationships. Whoever went to him got the help that he wanted. His outreach was tremendous. Me and many like me actually, I think, will now be missing some of the college lunches because there is no Suresh Gupta to send his early morning SMS reminder about college lunches. Every one of us is going to miss him. And I do remember that irrespective of who the host was, you would find Suresh Bhai standing at the entrance of the lunch, receiving everyone and saying hello, even before the host was there. His attachment to his alma mater and his friends was indeed remarkable. No wonder he made sure that his son and daughter go to the same school and college that he went to. The twinkle and the excitement in his eyes, the moment somebody said I am a modernite or said that I am a Stephenian, was something worth seeing. Yes, Suresh Gupta was a good student, a great alumni, a successful businessman, a doting father, a loving husband. But above all this, he will always be remembered for his infectious smile and genuine warmth in his hug. To me, he was an elder brother. Anju Bhabi, Dipesh, Divya, it's not just your loss, it's our loss. We must live and celebrate the qualities of the man called Suresh Gupta. We are all with the family at this moment. हम सब जानते हैं कि कोई अमर नहीं है, सबको जाना है, पर जब कोई अपना चला जाता है तो एक अधूरेपन, एक सूनेपन की अनुभूति होती है। विश्वास नहीं होता कि आप उसे कल फिर नहीं देखेंगे। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि सुरेश गुप्ता जहां भी ऊपर हैं मुस्कुरा रहे होंगे, क्योंकि उसके बिना सुरेश क्या। ईश्वर उनकी आत्मा को शांति प्रदान करे। Thank you.
Thank you, CK. Yes, heavy lies everyone's heart. Someone was saying, why is all this happening? And I said, his ways are inscrutable and we shouldn't question beyond a certain amount. Over to Yaqub Qureshi on Siddharth Chiku Shriram. And there he is in his colorful shirt. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Siddharth was known as Siddharth Charatram in college. Later on, he changed. Round, brown, and fat. He writes the Lala, my grandfather was pleased enough to observe my round, brown, and fat constitution and immediately felt I resembled a Chiku. That name, for better or worse, has stuck, he writes. Siddharth goes on describing his infancy days in his own inimitable way. He says, my mother avers that I was a greedy glut. And after draining the milk from her ample bosom, was often attached to the bosom of Madame Simki, a French danseuse, who, also pregnant, was staying with him. This, she said, accounted for some of my subsequent behavior. What an honest confession. Of all his business and industrial ventures, Mavana Sugars and Usha International were the most well-known. I got the feeling that he was most proud of Mavana Sugars, as I have heard about it from him more often than the flagship Usha. Maybe he had passed on the ownership of Usha to his children, Krishna and Chaya. Siddharth studied, it goes without saying, in the best educational institutions in the country and abroad, starting with Welham Prep School to Doon School and St. Stephen's College. He ended up in MIT Boston. His father was keen that he goes for engineering, so he put him in BITS Pilani and MIT. After his education, he joined Citibank in Dubai, where he worked for several years. It is surprising for me that a scion of an industrial empire, instead of being a spoiled brat, took up employment, and that too in an organization which is known to suck the blood of its employees. Apparently, he was loved by the organization so much that they kept the doors open for him to return whenever he chose, in case he changed his mind. Chiku was a man of many parts, a generous patron of golf, art, and music. He loved bridge and crossword as well. Golf was his life. He was not only a great golfer, but a celebrated writer on golf. Like his grandfather, he was a philanthropist. His Usha Silai centers are changing the lives of lakhs of women across the country. He set up a chain of rural libraries called Khabar Ghars to promote the habit of reading and promote literacy. Chiku's hospitality was legendary. As soon as the COVID pandemic showed some signs of relief, he lost no time in hosting the suspended monthly lunch of the Stephanian group. This motivated my friend Anil Rai and me to host the next lunch within 15 days. I don't know whether this haste in bringing the Stephanians together contributed to his contracting the dreaded virus, which took his life prematurely. I'm grateful to Chiku's daughter Chaya for sharing with me the article in the seminar which I referred to. Along with all of you, ladies and gentlemen, I pray for peace to the noble soul and strength to both his children, Chaya and Krishna, to bear this loss with equanimity and fortitude and carry on the great legacy left by their illustrious father. You will live on in our hearts, dear Chiku. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Bobby. At short notice, you have been able to get in touch and request Bijon Day. Hello, Bijon, if you're there now, all the way in Shillong, to say a few words on your dear friend and our friend, Baba Rashid Kidwai.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. Bijon had confirmed, his son has confirmed, but he's so overwhelmed by the news because he and Baba were together, schoolmates, classmates. Baba's father was chief secretary for 10 long years, whilst Bijon's father was IG of Undivided Assam. They go back a very long way, and he has regretted. So if I have your permission, I will say a few words because
yes, of course, that was the understanding.
So I first met Baba in 1967 when I joined St. Edmunds. I was in the class 7, and he was really of Baba is as a fullback of the football team, a school team which won the prestigious Polo Ground tournament against a fully adult police team. And Baba, after that, got the nickname of Bull. And to this day, the name has stuck with him. His single-handed efforts to defend the St. Edmunds goal resulted in a spectacular victory, which I don't think has been repeated in the last 40 years. I met up with, I must tell you something, that the name Senior Cooler Talk of our WhatsApp group was Baba's idea, and I immediately implemented it. And he passed away. Before he passed away, on the day he was admitted to hospital, he sent me a message saying that I'm back in hospital, but with this makeover, I should be good for a long time. And it took me, it gave me a sense of deja vu, because when my teacher and my good friend Arif Khan had cancer as ambassador to Italy, he said the same thing. And I was hoping that Baba's words would be correct, but that was not to be. And we heard this tragic news. Our deepest condolences to the family, Nana, and may his soul rest in peace.
Thank you, Bobby. With that, we, as you all have realized, we have overshot our contributions on the friends we have lost, which will cut in only into the open house that we had kept, the first one. But without much ado, let me just get in. We are here to celebrate, as we had said, the lives of our dear friends. And it is appropriate that three of our Stephanian friends are now going to be singing a song in memory of our friends. I request Bishwajit Bhattacharya, the inimitable Bishwajit, to start.
Thank you. পারে অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন Mother Ganges, why you are flowing amidst ruin and devastation? নৈতিকতার স্খলন দেখেও মানবতার পতন দেখেও নির্লজ্জ অলস ভাবে বইছো কেন সহস্র বর্ষার উন্মাদনার মন্ত্র দিয়ে লক্ষ জনের সবল সংগ্রামী আর অগ্রগামী করে তোলো না কেন বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন Silently you are flowing amidst ruin and devastation. Why don't you inspire Mother Ganges? জ্ঞানবিহীন নিরক্ষরের খাদ্যবিহীন নাগরিকের নেতৃবিহীনতায় মৌন কেন সহস্র বর্ষার উন্মাদনার মন্ত্র দিয়ে লক্ষ জনের সবল সংগ্রামী আর অগ্রগামী করে তোলো না কেন বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন ভূপেন হাজারিকা গোয়িং অন ভারত রত্ন বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন? বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন? ব্যক্তি যদি ব্যক্তি কেন্দ্রিক, সমষ্টি যদি ব্যক্তিত্ব রহিত, তবে শিথিল সমাজকে ভাঙো না কেন? সহস্র ভরসার উন্মাদনার মন্ত্র দিয়ে লক্ষ জনের সবল সংগ্রামী আর অগ্রগামী করে তোলো না কেন? বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন? Last stanza. This is most touching.
Vishwajit, you have to unmute yourself.
Vishwajit, please unmute.
Vish, you have to unmute yourself.
আশিকে জাগালে না কেন? বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন? বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন?
Thank you, dear Vish. Can I, without further delay, because we're running short now, invite Ajay Mankotia. Over to you, Ajay, to do your piece.
100 बार जन्म लेंगे, 100 बार फना होंगे, है जाने वफा फिर भी हम ना जुदा होंगे। सौ बार जन्म लेंगे, 100 बार फना होंगे, है जाने वफा फिर भी हम तुम न जुदा होंगे। 100 बार जन्म लेंगे, 100 बार फना होंगे। किस्मत हमें मिलने से रोकेगी भला कब तक? इन प्यार की राहों में भटकेगी वफा कब तक? कदमों के निशान खुद ही मंजिल का पता होंगे।
होंगे, 100 बार जन्म लेंगे, 100 बार फना होंगे। ये कैसी उदासी है जो हुस्न पे छाई है, हम दूर नहीं तुमसे, कहने को जुदाई है, अरमान भरे दो दिल फिर एक जगह होंगे, 100 बार जन्म लेंगे, 100 बार फना होंगे। ए जाने वफा फिर भी हम तुम न जुदा होंगे, 100 बार जन्म लेंगे, 100 बार फना होंगे।
Amazing, Ajay, that, as Pittu says, it typifies, manifests incredible sense of grief and celebration that's going through all our minds. Kamaljeet Goendi, request you to do your piece.
Yeah. I'm singing a song from Mr. X in Bombay, and it talks about Qayamat. This is almost Qayamat these days. Okay. मेरे महबूब क़यामत होगी, आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी, मेरी नजरें तो गिला करती हैं, मेरे दिल को भी सनम तुझे से शिकायत होगी, मेरे महबूब। तेरी गली में आता सनम, नग़्मा वफ़ा का गाता सनम, तुझसे सुनाना जाता सनम, फिर आज इधर आया हूँ मगर ये कहने मैं दीवाना, खत्म बस आज ये वहशत होगी, आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी, मेरे महबूब। मेरी तरह तू आहे भरे, तू भी किसी से प्यार करे और रहे वो तुझसे परे, तूने सनम खाए हैं सितम, तो ये तू भूल ना जाना कि न तुझ पे भी नायत होगी, आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी मेरे महबूब कयामत होगी आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी मेरी नजरें तो गिला करती हैं तेरे दिल को भी सनम तुझे से शिकायत होगी मेरे महबूब. Thanks.
Wonderful, wonderful, Kamaljit. So much of poignancy in all the songs, and that is typical. I had requested everyone, if anyone wanted to say a few words, to post that request on the chat box. I don't see anything at the moment, except I have a request, which I'll come to in a moment. But this clearly has cut in to our open house, the time we had kept for it, which was, it is now down to about 10 minutes. If I can start with Dinesh. Dinesh, you wanted to say a few words in remembrance of our friends. If you're there, could you please start? And please, if anyone else wants to say a few words, do let us know on the chat box or raise your hands. Raghav Chandra. Okay, Raghav, I'll come back to you. But Dinesh, can we start with you?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Raman. We're all gathered here, and I've been wondering since, what is it that brings us all together? Of course, we have lost near and dear ones. दिल हल्का करने के लिए हम आज मौजूद हैं. हो सकता है कि बातचीत का सिलसिला चलता रहे तो थोड़ा सा दिल हल्का हो जाएगा. शायद नींद थोड़ी सी आ जाए. वो जो चले गए हैं, I am reminded of the traditions of the Native Americans. They would always speak of their departed ones in terms of having gone to the happy hunting grounds, to be with the great huntsman. तो हमारे साथी जो चले गए, मैं मानता हूं कि वो तो एक तरह से उस ग्रेट हंसमैन के पास हैं और तमाम तरह की रंगलियां चल रही होंगी, वो नचा रहा होगा. हम जो बैठे हैं उनके लिए क्या होगा? बस वो सिलसिला चलता रहे इसी तरह और हम अपने को दिलासा देते रहे. वो लोग तो इस भवसागर को पार कर गए और जो इथेरियल महासागर होता है वहां उस महानाविक के पास है. मुझे तो ऐसी जगह लगती है अपनी कल्पना से कि एक निर्जन महासागर है इथेरियल और वहां सिर्फ निश्चल प्रेम कथा कही जाती है. तो वो तो सुखी है, मैं मानता हूं. हम अपने को संभाल लें, बार बार यही कहता हूं. क्या थी उन लोगों में बात जो दर्द होता है? क्यों ऐसा होता है? ये स्टीफेनियन ईथोस ही था. You know, they were all incurable romantics. That's how Stephanians are. I don't know what happens to us when we connect with the college. We start becoming incurable romantics. तो सब मोहब्बती थे. उनके अंदर एक मासूमियत थी, एक नादानी थी. बस वही हमको खींच ले जाती है, वही आकर्षित करती है और जब वो हट जाती है तो दर्द महसूस होता है. ये सारे स्टीफेनियंस का हॉलमार्क रहा है और मैं मानता हूं कि वहां ऊपर वो बैठकर फिर कूलर टॉक चल रहा होगा, फिर लंचेस हो रहे होंगे, गोल्फ कोर्सेज बन रहे होंगे, वो सब तरह का सिलसिला चल रहा होगा. मैं इतना कहना चाहता हूं कि वो कुछ भी कर लें, उनके अंदर 3 ऐसी बातें थी रत्न की तरह जो जड़ी हुई थी. वह हम याद रखें और हम सब में भी मैं मानता हूं कि वो कुछ हद तक है क्योंकि हम इस सेंट स्टीवेंस के लाल सितारे से जुड़े हैं, जिसको W.B. Yeats ने कहा था कि they maintain the balance, a kind of harmony between the moral, the intellectual and the sensory. If you examine their lives in all our discussions in the KT group, otherwise also in college, at lunches, so on and so forth, I always notice that none of these things were absent, that balance and harmony between the moral, the intellectual and the sensory. और मैं मानता हूं कि फिराक ने एक बार भरी महफिल में जो कहा था, and one forgets फिराक because he was a genius. भरी महफिल में उन्होंने कहा था कि आने वाली नस्लें तुम पर नाश करेंगी हम वतनों, जब उनको एहसास होगा कि तुमने फिराक को देखा था। तो मुझे ऐसा कहना है कि जो आने वाली नस्लें हैं लाल सितारे की, वो भी याद करेंगे एक दिन इन लोगों को, और इन जैसे और भी आएंगे, तो उनको भी एहसास होगा नाज का कि उन लोगों ने ऐसे लोगों को देखा था या सुना था। यही हम तहजीबी विरसा है हमारा, यही रिवायत है, यही हम सबको लेना चाहिए, यही हम सबको देना चाहिए। और वो जो गए हैं वो यही सब निभा के गए हैं। वही हम कहना चाहते हैं कि स्टीफेनियन इथॉस है, जहन में बसी है, हम इसको परिभाषित नहीं करेंगे। इस इथॉस को, जैसा कि गुलजार साहब ने एक बार कहा था, सिर्फ रूह से महसूस करो, और हम सब करते भी हैं। वो लोग तो दिखा के गए हैं जो चले गए हैं, उस रूह से महसूस करते रहे, हम उसका एहसास लेते रहे। और अंत में मैं इतना ही कहना चाहता हूं, फैज अहमद फैज से माफी मांगते हुए, कि गुलों में रंग भरे बादे नौ बहार चले, लाल सितारे के प्रांगण में आने वाली नस्लें सब चले आना। वो कह रहे हैं ऊपर जो गए हैं, लाल सितारे की प्रांगण में आना, यहाँ गुलशन का कारोबार करे। लाल सितारा जिंदाबाद। थैंक यू।
बहुत खूब फरमाया दिनेश भाई। ये जो आपने कहा कि इनक्योरेबल रोमांटिक्स हैं स्टीफेनियंस, लाल सितारे मासूमियत और नादानी से भरे हुए, ये आपने बिल्कुल ही सही निचोड़ निकाला। इसलिए मैं कह रहा था बहुत खूब फरमाया। ये हम लोग को तो अपने को ही संभाल लें, वही काफ़ी होगा, और ऐसे मौके पर और भी ज़रूरी है कहना। बहुत खूब। राघव, ओवर टू यू।
It's a very touching, very, very poignant moment for all of us, especially with Rashid also having just gone. I don't know, it's indeed a very, very sad day, but the way everyone has spoken has been amazing. I'm going to talk of two people other than, of course, everyone has been a great friend and all that, but two people I came to know rather closely in the last 4 or 5 years, Siddharth Sriram and Suresh Gupta. Suresh, firstly, was an amazing person, as CK very rightly said, tremendous warmth, elder brotherly, avuncular, and there was something very forthright and simple about him, an old world charm. He would meet me in Ashish Bahugna and Anup Thakur's room when we were in the Ministry of Agriculture together. We were always ready to go out for coffee, always ready to enjoy. And he was always willing to entertain and to make you happy, to be part of you, never asked for a favor, and an amazing personality. I will always remember him. Siddharth Sriram, again, an outstanding personality and an amazing human being. I got to know for the last 3 years when I got onto the general committee, the board of the Delhi Golf Club. Whenever the golf club was stuck, Siddharth was there. I had never known this side of Siddharth. I hadn't known that his association with the golf club. And when the greens, the 18 greens, were in a terribly dilapidated state and the club was struggling to figure out what option to choose, there were all kinds of cheaper options thrown before us for design. Siddharth Sriram came forward and said, look, here's $2 lakh for the fees for Gary Player, get the best and do a good job. We did that. And today, the Delhi Golf Club is looking spankingly beautiful. Thanks to all that, he helped all through that process of raising funds, sponsorships. He was there for everything. And now for the Asian Open also, which the golf club is planning to do, Siddharth was going to be a key figure as part of the core committee. We are going to miss him immensely. I was very happy to see that there is a possibility that Siddharth Sriram's, in the name of him, we could have a golf tournament. All of us would be very happy to contribute, participate in whatever way. And these two great gentlemen, apart from all the lovely departed people, I salute them. And I think they're part and heart of Stephania, and of the lovely things that have been said, I fully endorse and love them, appreciate them, salute them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sanjeev Manchanda would like to dedicate, as he says, just one para from a very nice, beautiful song. In his own words, over to you, Sanjeev.
Thanks, Raman. all of us have lost so many friends here. And I mean, some people, some of us knew some better than others. But while I was listening to all of you, there is this beautiful song by Kishore Kumar, Diye Jalte Hain. And I thought, in the esteemed company of all these wonderful singers, I'll just sing one para from this song. दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, बड़ी मुश्किल से मगर दुनिया में दोस्त मिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं, जब किस वक्त किसी का यार जुदा होता है, कुछ ना पूछो यारों दिल का हाल बुरा होता है, जब किस वक्त किसी का यार जुदा होता है, कुछ ना पूछो यारों दिल का हाल बुरा होता है, दिल पे यादों के जैसे तीर चलते हैं, ओ दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं.
Thank you, Sanjeev, for that impromptu outpouring of your heart. A lot of us feel similarly. Now we are more or less back on time, so I will get into the second lot of songs from three friends, Bish Bhattacharya, Ajay Mankotia, and Kamaljeet Goendi. So, Bish, I invite you again to render your second piece.
Thank you for the impromptu. The words बहुत अच्छे थे.
A lot of us are feeling.
Bish, are you there? Yeah, we got you there, Bish. You're back.
Sound is all right?
Yes, yes.
याद किया दिल ने कहाँ हो तुम, झूमती बहार है कहाँ हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहाँ हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहाँ हो तुम, याद किया दिल ने कहाँ हो तुम, झूमती बहार है कहाँ हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहाँ हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहाँ हो तुम. खो रहे हो आज किस ख्याल में, दिल फंसा है बेकसी के जाल में, खो रहे हो आज किस ख्याल में, दिल फंसा है बेकसी के जाल में, मतलबी जहां मेहरबान हो तुम, याद किया दिल ने कहाँ हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहाँ हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहाँ हो तुम. रात ढल चुकी है सुबह हो गई, मैं तुम्हारी याद लेके खो गई, रात ढल चुकी है सुबह हो गई, मैं तुम्हारी याद लेके खो गई। अब तो मेरी दास्ता हो तुम, याद किया दिल ने कहा हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहां हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहां हो तुम। तुम हमारी जिंदगी के बाग हो तुम हमारी राह के चिराग हो तुम हमारी जिंदगी के बाग हो तुम हमारी राह के चिराग हो, मेरे लिए आसमां हो तुम, याद किया दिल ने कहा हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहां हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहां हो तुम, याद किया दिल ने कहा हो तुम, झूमती बहार है कहाँ हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहां हो तुम, प्यार से पुकार लो जहां हो तुम।
Wonderful, Vishnu. Wonderful. From the heart. I must compliment all of you for the amazing repertoire. Most appropriate songs have been brought for our hearing pleasure. With that, I request Ajay Mankotia to also give his rendition.
तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं,
तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं, वो जहाँ भी ले जाए राह हम संग हैं। ओ तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं, वो जहाँ भी ले जाए राह हम संग हैं। मेरे तेरे दिल का तय था एक दिन मिलना, जैसे बहाने पर है फूल का खिलना। मेरे तेरे दिल का तय था एक दिन मिलना, जैसे बहाने पर है फूल का खिलना। ओ मेरे जीवन साथी तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं, हो जहाँ भी ले जाए राह हम संग हैं। तेरे दुख अब मेरे, मेरे सुख अब तेरे, तेरे ये दो नैना चांद और सूरज मेरे। तेरे दुख अब मेरे, मेरे सुख अब तेरे, तेरे ये दो नैना चांद और सूरज मेरे, ओ मेरे जीवन साथी, तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं, वो जहाँ भी ले जाए जाए हम संग हैं। लाख मना ले दुनिया, साथ ना ये छूटेगा, आके मेरे हाथों में हाथ ना ये छूटेगा। लाख मना ले दुनिया, साथ ना ये छूटेगा, आके मेरे हाथों में हाथ ना ये छूटेगा। ओ मेरे जीवन साथी, तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं, वो जहाँ भी ले जाए जाए हम संग हैं। ओ तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं, वो जहाँ भी ले जाए जाए हम संग हैं। ओ तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं।
Wonderful, Ajay. Each song has been sung with so much feeling, and it manifests the tribute that all of us collectively have tried to convey to the departed friends, the words of condolences to the families of these friends. Let's all continue to remember them. Before that, before I say anything else, I just want to say if there are any other questions, any other comments that people have, we will have another shorter session now. But after we finish with the last song, and for that, I again invite Kamaljeet Gwendi. Over to you, Kamaljeet.
सुबह पे जिस तरह शाम का हो गुमा, सुबह पे जिस तरह शाम का हो गुमा, जुल्फों में एक चेहरा कुछ जाहिर कुछ नेहा। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत, कौन हो तुम बतलाओ। ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत, कौन हो तुम बतलाओ। ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ।
No, 1.5 hours. Two songs like this.
धड़कनों ने सुनी एक सदा पाँव की, धड़कनों ने सुनी एक सदा पाँव की, और दिल पे लहराई आंचल की छाव सी, और दिल पे लहराई आंचल की छाव सी। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत, कौन हो तुम बतलाओ। ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। मिल ही जाती हो तुम मुझको हर मोड़ पे, मिल ही जाती हो तुम मुझको हर मोड़ पे, चल देती हो कितने अफसाने छोड़ के, चल देती हो कितने अफसाने छोड़ के। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत, कौन हो तुम बतलाओ। ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। ख्वाब हो तुम या कोई हकीकत, कौन हो तुम बतलाओ। ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. That was, we finished on a slightly more, on a note of upliftment, if I may say so, on this rather somber occasion. Otherwise, thank you very much once again to all the singers. Thank you for this lovely rendition, Kamaljit. Before, I don't see any other hands raised.
Mr. Bide, Mr.
Okay, Rajiv the Great. Over to you, Pradeep. I didn't see your Pradeep Bide.
Thank you, Raman.
Ah, there you are.
We are meeting to celebrate the lives of a galaxy of Stephanians of letters, including the last one today, Rashid Kidwai, who shared with me the pressure of being a fresher, being racked together, having fun and games together, including learning how to play bridge. However, I really want to speak on two of the Stephanians whom I've worked very closely with in my professional career. The first of them, of course, was Vicky Malhotra, who from 1985 onwards, 83 onwards, one met in Ministry of Finance when he joined the Finance Minister's Office, SPS, to succeed Mr. Vasudev. That association continued through the Department of Economic Affairs, through the Bretton Woods institutions in Washington, and thereafter back in Delhi, till more or less the day he died. Unfortunately, last month I couldn't meet him. Speak to him also was very difficult because he was in hospital. But he was always kind and a warm-hearted person, never a ill word about anyone, and professionally on top of his job, though he always wanted to show that he had never read his stuff. My heart goes out to Nisha, Gauri and Rahul, his children and wife, who became very close friends of ours from 83 onwards. The other person I would like to talk about is Vinay Sheel Oberoi, Muli as he was fondly called. He joined Economic Affairs in 1986-87 when he came from Assam, having successfully handled the Nelly situation, though unfortunately he was not given credit to it by a direct boss. Nonetheless, he was a brilliant officer, understated and hesitant at times to speak his words clearly because he felt they could hurt or be misunderstood. You had to really draw those words out of him. But once they came out, he was a complete being. I worked with Muli more or less till the end of my stint in Washington. Muli succeeded me in finance in the economic affairs in the fund bank division. And we had a very close relationship, which continued even after that. Most people enjoy a foreign posting. Muli unfortunately went to Paris, did a lot of notable work, but his personal health suffered. He had to undergo that bypass. He never seemed to recover from it. And Nandini, and his elder daughter, Nayantara, both suffered more or less simultaneously from cancer. He came back. He never showed any of the pain that they suffered. However, you could see his health was never the same. Yet, he carried on his work with the same zest and the same dedication that he had. I was in touch with him more or less the last few days, albeit the last time being when I spoke to him about 4 days before he passed away over the telephone. Everybody was thinking he was coming home because he was quite fed up with Vedanta's cynical life. However, that was not to be, and he had to be taken into the ICU, and that was the end of his life. What a pity. Thank you very much, Raman, for giving me the chance. I have a lot to say about the others, but I'll refrain myself from the time.
No. Pradeep, you can go on. We do have some time if you want to. Please.
The next one I would like to talk about is Rahul. Rahul was a little junior to me in college, always serious, always studious, trying to emulate his uncle's academic performance, and also worried how India would perform economically without him. He always felt the country's economy on his shoulders. At times in jest, one had to teach him or mention to him what Eliza Doolittle says in My Fair Lady: England still can survive without you. But Rahul was that sort of a person, and he took his job very seriously. We worked very closely together. He was Commerce Secretary when I was Secretary here in Revenue. And it was a pleasurable 2 years that I spent with him. He also delivered the transfers for the officers he had promised to send to Paris for posting. The other gentleman who I affectionately remember is Mr. Jagdish Khattar. Nothing can write more than what Satyashil had written in the obituary and what he has mentioned today. But he was always a pleasant and affable host along with his wife Kiran. He always set you at heart. And the professional life career, he was very close to Mr. P.K. Kaul. And Mr. P.K. Kaul, who was Finance Secretary and later Cabinet Secretary, had more or less given an informal command that whatever Jagdish wanted had to be done. Nonetheless, you could convince Mr. Khattar with reasoned logic. Most of his proposals were always reasoned out and to the best of the T-board. He did an outstanding success of the T-board. Of course, Siddharth Sriram, one can never forget. I first met him in '83 when I first came to economic affairs in foreign trade. He met me and struck up a friendship right from then. But what I remember about him is that he never once asked for a favor. He put in his applications in writing, and he never minded if you couldn't do it as long as you told him why not. His affinity for game of golf, his putting game that he had on his farmhouse lawns, etc., will always endear him to us, as will his commentary on the annual US Open in his 6 articles. Right, Aman, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pradeep. Very well put. Vicky always used to fondly remember you and refer to you from his days as SA or PS to then for a finance minister as LG Saab. You will recall that. I'm very happy that to say that we have had amongst us today Nisha Malhotra, Rana Alam, Nandini Uberoy, Chaya Shriram, and I do believe Kiran Khattar had also joined us. It's very, very nice of you to have, in your difficult time, been here with us and heard stuff which is straight from the hearts of a lot of their friends. Rajiv, thank you very much, Talwar, my conscience keeper, for reminding me about Pradeep Bide. Otherwise, I would have missed that one out.
I'll need 1 minute.
Okay, so there is CK Sharma. CK, certainly, over to you.
I just want to say only 3-4 sentences. एक गाना है हिंदी में, तो जाने वाले हो सके तो लौट के आना. लौट के तो कोई नहीं आता है, फिजिकलिटी में नहीं आता है, परंतु उनकी मेमोरीज आती हैं, उनकी यादें आती रहती हैं. तो हमारे जितने भी दोस्त चले गए हैं,
थैंक यू.
मेरी आवाज आ रही है रमन?
आ रही है.
तो हमारे जो भी जितने भी दोस्त चले गए हैं, उन सबों की यादें में आएंगी. उनमें से कुछ को हम ज़्यादा जानते थे, कुछ को कम जानते थे, बस सब स्टिफिनियन फ्रेंड्स थे हमारे. तो मैं किसी इंडिविजुअल का नाम लेके बात नहीं करना चाहता, मगर मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि उनकी यादें आती रहेंगी और हमारा उनसे कनेक्शन भी रहेगा. फिजिकलिटी में नहीं, मगर एज ए सोल हम सब, all souls are one and they are connected. So in that respect, in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual terms, in the cosmos, we all will be connected and they will be somewhere taking new bodies. So as soul, the connection will continue, and I'm sure that there will be some communication, some connection through memory, through various anecdotes. And when we all will be meeting for lunches later on, when the lunches are open, we all will remember them. So I just pay my regards to and my love to all my friends who have left in their memory, and we all will stay connected with them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, very much. It's so satisfying to see that we had at the peak 145 participants, even as we are coming to the close. And I think we've gone through most of the intended time schedule for today. We're still at 115 participants from as far as New Jersey, participants from Singapore, etc. It's wonderful. And of course, bulk of us from India. I would now like to request Bobby, dear friend Bobby, to conclude, summarize, and propose a vote of thanks. Over to you, Bobby. Bobby? There he is. You have to unmute yourself, Bobby.
Bobby, please unmute.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah.
Okay. A big thank you to everyone who joined in this evening. Of course, things get emotional when those we have known so dearly leave their bodies. And of course, they always live on in the memories we shared with them. In their passing, they remind us to truly cherish whatever life we have lived. So remember to value each day with your loved ones. To all those that are no longer with us, we miss you, and we will always remember your spirit as it will always live on. I wish to thank Raman for being the master of ceremonies, Dr. Qureshi and Kabir for their opening remarks, Raju Goindi, Ajay Mankotia, and Vishuddha for entertaining us so well this evening. Jyoti, Tony, Satyashil, Gotu for your remembrance. Prashanto for setting up the technical backbone. Samir Kokreja for lending us his Zoom connection. And finally, Ashwin Mani Sharma for putting together the music. A very happy birthday to you, Naru. May many girlfriends see you, as they say. We are going to have many more of these events online, and our own Bubbly Mohitra, principal of IIT College, will present an evening of ghazals sometime in the middle of July. So watch this space. With that, I call a close to today's event. Keep your spirits up, everyone. Don't take life too seriously. It's not like we are getting out alive. Thank you.
Thanks, Bobby. It was a great memorial, and thanks, Raman.
Thanks, everyone.
Bobby, thank you all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
अच्छा कर रहे हैं